This is Scorpion again. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to episode 3. So, yeah, shall we begin? Yeah, let's begin now. Let's begin. Okay. So, this is one of the shorter chapters. So, be sure to take a seat, do whatever you need, do what you must. Be sure to pause the video if you need to. And we are going to get chapter 3 started right about now. Again, it's one of the shorter chapters. Though chapter 4 is going to be a little bit more on the sort of tense, high stakes side, I guess. So I'm going to say that for tomorrow. But this one is going to be sure to be the connecting point between all that. I'm putting myself on a little bit of a time window. So let's say maybe 15 minutes. If I do so in less time, then that's also okay. So you guys have a pretty good Saturday. A pretty good and very carefree Saturday, you know. Anyway, let's begin. Wait. Actually, hold on. I just want to apologize for the delays. The delay for episode 2. I don't know what was going on. If you didn't already see the post video message, I was a little bit on the lazy side. So I'm sorry that I delayed the posting time. Anyway, let's begin. Chapter 3. At any given moment, the worst can happen. That's why we always have to be prepared for the inevitable. This accounts for intruders. What we do to any trespassers, whether it be at the headquarters or even one of the black sites, is simple. It's what I've always told my guardsmen ever since the lockdown of the expendable protocol. Shred your mags until your trigger finger bleeds. Mr. Shade. Hadal Division interviews with the Director of Urban Shade. Year 2027, interview number 23. Oh yeah, you guys are wondering, the shred your mags bit, I actually got that from Sebastian Solis, from Sebastian Solis' document. So, yeah, pretty cool. I wouldn't really need to add a citation because it's not like I'm writing an essay or anything. Yeah. Anyway, let us officially begin. Oh yeah, I also recorded this before, but it decided to be stupid and not even load. Maybe it's because I got a bit of a quick finger when it comes to that. So that was my bad. Anyway, I decided to hide under the nearest table until the person went. I didn't want to take my chances. I could hear them coming closer to me as I stayed there, terrified that they might see me. I wasn't supposed to be in here at this time of night, but thanks to Mr. Lopi, remember him, I came out here earlier than I should have. I should have warned myself beforehand. But alas, I'm out in the med supply area hiding under a table with the hard vibrations of the clanking and hissing of an elite guardsman super heavy boots a couple feet away from me. You'll figure out who that guy is, as you keep on reading. Sugar drooled. I whispered myself continuously as I laid off flat on my stomach to get a better view of the guardsman. Though I was forced to smell the sterility of the floor cleaner as a consequence. I looked around frantically to find other people that were here, but it was just me and the guardsman now next to me. My heart was pounding hard in my ribcage as the guardsman was coming closer to the table I was under, getting something off of the tray of medical tools. Maybe it was from the parenthesine. Maybe it's from the pressure of laying flat on my stomach. Maybe it was due to the fear of getting caught. Or maybe it was all three. Either way, the Crimson Bird was just as restless as before. Little bit of little bit of personalization I added. Thought it would be cool. Yeah. Say less. He's taking something out of his arm. But what? And then I see it. It's a piece of shrapnel from what would place some sort of explosion. Also say less. A metal song. That's definitely from one of the cars, I thought, getting a closer look. Slowly coming out from under the table, I look closer at the rod, and then closer. Just one more step. That's when the drugs took their toll. My hands were shaking so badly that when I rested them on a table, they slipped, causing me to take the table down along with me, getting hit by the tools from earlier, and lastly the tray itself, all causing one loud noise, which startled the guardsman. What in the... Here's one in a deep hoarse voice, turning around to see me before he could finish his sentence. I didn't have to look at his scarred and dented armor that smelled strangely of ozone and old coffee. I recognized him immediately. It was Cornelius Grayson, the elite commander of the guardsmen. One thing I want to add is, one thing I didn't add in the previous recording is that Cornelius Grayson is actually, was actually the right-hand man of Mr. Shade for a while. A little something I added. Let's see. Another thing I want to say is that the Cornelius bit in Emily's middle name, the first half of Emily's middle name, is, yeah, after this guy, Cornelius Grayson. I've yet to actually make a drawing of him, so sit tight. I will probably show you it, like, tomorrow. Who knows? Unless I actually draw it while I'm editing. Who knows? I'm not really a multitasker, but I also tend to like make some pretty sick drawings. And I've gotten better over the years, so there's that. Anyway, looking up, in a rather innocent look may I add, I smiled, hiding any nervousness that I was feeling. Then along came the audio. Giggling nervously, I said, "Hi there." Sicher ein Dorfwind, I thought, knowing that I was in big trouble. Okay, again, I really need to emphasize Danish. Yeah. I'm exposing myself to a language that I've never even seen before. Maybe because I played Pressure. I've been playing Pressure since Friendly Fire, so there's that. It was around the time that the limited time matchmaking friend was officially introduced to the game, so yeah. I might as well also add those like Friendly Fire aesthetics, but also like with a little worth the wait stuff. Yeah. I got up quickly to make it so Cornelius would be too disoriented to shoot me. Dropped to the floor a second time, then made a break for it. Or so I thought. With cat-like reflexes, he grabbed me by the arm, then pulled me quickly towards him. He obviously wasn't happy with me trying to escape punishment. Emily Shade, when I spoke disappointedly, as he wiped the blood from his shrapnel wound. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night? I didn't know what to say, so I threw his own words back at him, hoping I could get my answer eventually. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night? Immediately he answered, tossing the metal rod into a biohazard bin with a heavy grunt. Wrong use of vowels. The rod hitting the bottom with a muffled clatter. I'm working the night shift, getting my medication for the night. And you? I tried to speak, but nothing came out. After what seemed like an eternity, I finally answered, I was getting my meds. You're lucky that was me and not a new recruit with a twitchy trigger finger, Emily. He stated in an almost paternal tone. Paternal. I get paternal and parental confused. Yeah. I don't mean to state the obvious, but I'm autistic, so I'd expect that. Expect me to confuse some words. Yeah. A combined look of worry. Let's see. He stated in an almost paternal tone. There we go. A combined look of worry and remark on his scarred and wrinkled face. You follow your father's shred the mag's order to the letter. I am the only one who checks the target before I fire. I replied, chuckling nervously. Yeah. I tried leaving a second time, but he stopped me. He obviously wanted to keep talking. In the old days, Shay wouldn't be caught dead sneaking through a med bay like a common expendable. As in Pride Girl. He was right. But he stared at me like he was waiting for a response. I finally caved in, so I told him the whole story. He listened surprisingly well, and honestly seemed to believe me. But in the end, he still gave me my verdict. Story checks out. Doesn't change the rules. You're supposed to be behind a bulkhead at this hour, not scurrying under my tables. Unless it's an emergency, obviously. I answered, looking beaten. I understand, Cornelius. I'll go to Mr. Shade. The way the excuses, Emily, he spoke quickly. You're level 7. You know the standing orders. You're adrift in a restricted zone after hours. That's a breach of protocol, daughter or not. He pulled out a rugged, dented data slate and tapped the screen with a gloved thumb. I'm marking this as strike 1. 3 of these on your jacket and you're stripped of rank. You'll be swapping that HRS jumpsuit for a technician's grades for the next shift change. Do I make myself clear? Yes, sir. I complied, breathing a massive sigh of relief, happy to not have to see my father's disappointment in point-blank range. Dismissed. He announced with a satisfied look on his face. Thank you, I replied happily. Yeah, and Emily? He asked, turning back to face me, placing a heavy callous hand on my shoulder. Keep your head on a swivel. Whoopi isn't the only ghost in these halls. Turning back to get his medication, he added, remember to stay out of trouble. Good old Cornelius. I love my godfather for his understanding. I walked out of the med supply room, ready to go back to bed, when I bumped into one of the guardsmen, this time being the youngest of all of them. Low-ranked guardsman, Scorpion Wheeler, E17. Hi, Shade, Scorpion replied, getting up and raising his visor to get a good look at me. Not now, Scorpion, I barked in return, knowing immediately that he tried to talk my ear off. Wait, why do they have the same voice? Oh yeah, maybe it's because I don't have SJ voice acting as Emily Shade right now. Oh well. I mean, she left the pressure team, after what happened with Z1 Ren, obviously. So I wouldn't be too surprised. But who knows? Maybe Zeal is at fault. Maybe he isn't. I guess we'll see when Urban Shade squares off in court. Who knows? Either way, I'm going to sit on the fence for that. I really don't know. I don't really know who to believe anymore. Anyway. Oh, yeah, here. There we go. He read my mind. Okay, got that. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night anyway? I reply, my own voice sounding stupid in my own ears. I came out here to do my morning routine and get my meds. What's so wrong about that? Realizing what had happened a few minutes earlier, not letting me have the last word, he lastly added, Did you ever run in with the elite commander? And don't say no, because I could hear you all the way from the docks. Everyone could hear your little conversation with the old man, I'm just saying. I didn't reply. I didn't have to. My face was speaking for itself. I just grumbled. Wanting to end the now awkward conversation, he finally added, Yeah, I might head off to bed now. Goodbye, H-S, I guess. And then he lowered his visor after looking away from me embarrassedly and left, leaving me the only person out here trembling violently in the unsettling silent corridor. The worst part? Thanks to the meds, the silence was louder than ever before. And that's it. That is Chapter 3, done and dusted. One of the shorter chapters, but nothing compared to what you'll see in later on as we progress throughout the week. So, thank you for watching and or listening. I will see you guys, or really, I will read with you guys tomorrow. Until then, have a great day. This is Low-Rank Guardsman Scorpion signing off. See ya! Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, this is me as well. I am not giving you a face reveal, though this will have to do for now. Let me just... This will do for now. Yeah, I'm not doing your face reveal. I'm not doing a face reveal any point necessary at this time. No, I do want to I do want to show you something. Let's see. I got Mr. Sebastian Shoelace over here. Oh wait, I need to get over here. Yeah. He's not exactly the actual one from Makeshift, but yeah, he'll do. Yeah. I guess thing I could say, like, he has been really making me from feeling the pressure. Yeah, that was absolutely terrible. I'm just I am not digging here.